Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something we all use every single day, money. But not just money, we're talking about its new architecture. We're going to deconstruct the entire digital payments landscape, taking a look at the blueprints, the architects, and the very foundation of how value zips around in our modern world. So, let's get right into it.
Really think about it for a second. That simple tap to buy your morning coffee or split a bill with a friend. It feels like magic, doesn't it? But behind that super smooth experience is a massive, complex, and constantly evolving system.
You see, for decades, traditional banks were the center of the financial universe, no question. But that's all changing. Digital innovation, led by these nimble FinTech companies, is completely shaking up that old model. They're literally building a brand new payment ecosystem right under our noses.
So, what's causing this huge construction project? What are the powerful forces driving this massive shift? Let's take a look.
It's not just one thing. It's more like a perfect storm of four major trends all hitting at once. First, the pandemic just threw user adoption of contactless payments into hyperdrive. Second, e-commerce just keeps growing and growing, and it demands better, faster digital solutions. Third, you've got governments all over the world pushing for cashless societies. And finally, a flood of investment is fueling FinTech innovation like we've never seen before.
Okay, so every great building needs its architects, right? So who exactly is designing and building this new digital world of payments?
Well, these architects are called Payment Service Providers, or PSPs for short. And this isn't the Wild West, not at all. It's a highly regulated space. By law, there are only three types of companies that can be a PSP: your traditional banks, e-money institutions that handle digital cash, and payment institutions that make the transactions happen. And they all have to follow super strict rules to keep our money safe.
Now, if we look at this whole landscape, we can pretty much simplify it into two main camps. On one side, you have the traditional, regulated banks, the ones we all know, and on the other side, you have the innovative non-banks. These are the FinTech disruptors, the e-money and payment institutions that are really pushing the envelope.
All right, so we've met the architects. Now let's unroll their blueprints. We're going to go inside the core services that make this entire system tick.
The absolute foundation, the bedrock of this new architecture, is the payment account. It's that digital space that a PSP gives you and me to hold and manage our money securely. You can think of it as the digital version of your wallet, but way more powerful.
So what can you actually do with one? Well, pretty much everything. You can open it up and see all your transactions. You can put money in, transfer funds out. You can even withdraw cash from an ATM. And of course, you use it to buy things, whether you're shopping online or at a physical store. It's basically your command center for your money.
And how do the architects get paid for building all this? Well, it all comes down to fees. This could be anything from a monthly subscription to small charges every time you use a service like a cash withdrawal, and sometimes even commissions from certain industries.
Okay, so if payment accounts are the foundation, then money transfers are the conduits. You know, the pipes and wiring that move value all through the system. It's the service that actually sends money from point A to point B.
And every single transfer, no matter how complex it seems on the surface, boils down to these three simple steps. First, someone starts the transfer. That's sending money. Second, the other person gets the funds. That's receiving money. And third, all the institutions behind the scenes get their books in order. That final step is called clearing and settlement, which is just a fancy way of saying they made sure all the math added up and the money officially changed hands.
And this blueprint does a fantastic job of showing all the different ways money can flow. You've got person-to-person, or P2P, like when you pay a friend back for lunch, and you've got business-to-consumer, B2C, which is what happens when a store gives you a refund. This map really shows the entire flow of value in our economy.
The business model here is all about something called the transaction price. That's the total amount you pay, and it's usually made up of a direct service fee, plus, if you're sending money to another country, a foreign exchange margin. That's just the tiny difference between the market exchange rate and the rate you get.
So, we've got the architects, and we've got the blueprints. But what does it actually take to build a payment service that people truly love and, more importantly, trust? Let's look at the real foundation for success.
To really win in today's world, a payment service has to hit the mark on all of these things. It's got to make users happy, be low cost, be ready for new tech, and have super simple authentication and accessibility. But a couple of these, they stand head and shoulders above the rest.
And here's the bottom line. While everything on that list is important, it really all comes down to two key pillars: trust and ease of use. Is it safe? Users need to have absolute confidence their money is secure. And is it convenient? It has to be fast, simple, and just effortless. A service that nails both of those has a real shot at winning the whole game.
So there you have it. The payments landscape has been completely re-architected. It's built on a new digital DNA, driven by these massive trends, built by a whole new ecosystem of providers, and it's all founded on these core services. And the result? A system that's just built for our digital-first world, making our financial lives way more efficient, secure, and convenient.
This new architecture is here and is here to stay. And now that the blueprints are laid bare for everyone to see, the real question is, how will you navigate this new digital world? Thanks for joining me.